Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can create a Facebook Messenger chatbot with n8n. There are so many benefits that an intelligent chatbot like this one can provide to a small business. Apart from the fact that it would stay 24/7 answering your clients, it also removes some of the tasks that humans have to do. For example, responding to frequently asked questions, providing information like maps to your office, and all that basic information that are well documented in your documents. So without wasting much of your time, I will get started and show you a quick demonstration of what this would look like. So let's get started. So here, as you can see, I am trying to contact my business, which is a page that I created called Crypto News. And the messages that I'm writing here will be responded by the AI agent. And let's get started by asking it a few simple questions. So the first question that I'm going to ask it is, hi, what services do you offer? And you can see that it provides a variety of services that we offer as a business. And I'm going to ask it a second question. How long does it take to build a business website? And you can see it says on average a business website takes between 1 to 4 weeks to build, depending on its complexity. I'm going to ask it another question, a last question. I have a small budget. What's the cheapest option? And it says the cheapest option we offer is a basic website which costs between $300 and $600. Now you would be asking, where is it getting this information? And that's what we're going to get into in just a moment. So to come up with a messenger chatbot like this, there are a number of steps that we are going to follow in order to set up everything. So what I'm going to do here is to give you the blueprint in which you can use to set up specifically this workflow, but the same knowledge should help you to build your own workflow or improve on this workflow that I'm going to share with you. So the first step is setting up a Facebook page. So the assumption is you already have a Facebook page, so I'm not going to go into helping you set up a new Facebook page. The second thing is we need to configure a Facebook app. The third one is to set up Messenger API. So we're going to configure the API keys and all that. The fourth one is to configure the n8n workflow. So for the n8n workflow, I'm going to go through it, but then I'm also going to share it with you so you don't have to do this manually. The last part is testing. I think the testing part is something that we've already seen how it performs, but at the very end, we're also going to finalize by testing the whole workflow. So these are the steps that we're going to follow. So let's get started. So to create our web application or our Facebook app, we need to go to developers.facebook.com. And here you're going to go inside my apps, or if you're not logged in, it is going to allow you to log in. But I'm going to go right to my apps section. And right here, you're going to hit the click create app button. You're going to provide the name of the application. Here you're going to go on other, you're going to select this option, the other, and then next. Choose business. Confirm the details. Provide your password right here. Change the mode to live. It's going to ask you to provide a policy URL. So you're going to go on app settings, basic, provide your policy URL right here. Click save changes, set the mode to live, and that's done. The next phase is to go to dashboard. Right here, click on Setup Messenger. So right here, we need to provide the callback URL. So we're going to go back to Messenger, then click on this webhook, copy this, If you're setting this to production, then you're going to use this production URL. But in this case, let's copy the test URL and then go back here, paste it right here. And for the verify token, we're going to provide something that is specific to this application. So I'm going to set this to n8n bot. You need to go back here and then click on test workflow, come back here and then verify and save. You can see that this has verified our application correctly. And these are the settings that you need to configure all this. The second thing that you need to do is to come here and it will ask you to generate an access token. So you're going to connect this. This will ask you to connect your Facebook page. I'm going to select the Facebook page I need, and then I'm going to click on continue. I'm going to save this. And then once we have connected the page, another thing that we need to do is to add subscriptions. So we're going to click here, click on messages, and then also message leads. Confirm. And that's all you need on this page. So we're going to go back to Messenger, and you can see that it has confirmed everything. Now, the second thing that we need to do is every time that we get a post request, it is going to redirect that post request to our n8n agent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on test workflow again, go back here, and I'm going to say hi. I'm going to send this message. And you can see it says, hello, how can I assist you today? So this part has now executed. So let's click on this and see what data is coming. So right here, you can see that apart from all the data that is coming, we also have a message here. And that message is the one that is feeding into our AI agent as the prompt. Now, apart from that, we also have this prompt that is used to describe how the bot has to interact with the client. So basically here we're just providing information about the bot. You are an AI business information assistant for a local web development company called WebDev. And we have provided the instructions like you act as a friendly, professional, digital front-end desk. You are a conversational assistant. So we are giving all these instructions to the agent. And another thing, we're also giving instructions of things that it should not do. So it should not take orders, it should not accept payments, it should not allow booking of appointments, of which this is a use case for another application that I'm going to create later on. So it says if a user asks something outside the scope, politely explain that a team member will reach out to them. So there are other important things that we also need to do. Right here, I'm providing an output structure. So for every structure of my output, I want it to act like this. So it has a message, and inside that message, we have a response. So that's the structure of each and every output that is going to come out. And it has to be in JSON format. And then here we just have some simple rules. Another important thing is we have this information about our business. So we have the location, the working hours, the contact details, the services that we offer, the pricing ranges, the portfolio, and all that. So you can see that you can provide a lot of information about your business. So the chatbot will be intelligent enough to answer according to the information that you've provided. And again, I'm going to say that this is a simple use case, but in a real life use case, we may need to use maybe a lag system and all that. But this for a small business is just good enough. So once we've done that, another important thing is that we are going to come here. So right here, we are selecting a model of our choice. In this case, I'm using the GPT 4.0 mini. And we are also going to use this simple memory. The reason that we are using this simple memory is because we want it to remember how it is interacting with that client. So here we have provided a context window of 5. So it's going to take 5 previous conversations and use that knowledge as it is responding further to the conversation. Another important thing that is really important is this code. So what this is doing is it is taking our structured output here, and then it is passing it as a JSON. The reason it is doing this, it is because without a standard way of presenting your messages, you may get errors when you come to this node. So if maybe your JSON is not structured well, you would get errors here. So this one just adds that functionality to check everything before it finally posts the message. So once the chatbot has looked into your message and then it has analyzed how best to answer you, it takes that and then it adds that as a message to this endpoint. So I'm going to talk about that further in a moment, but then once you've done that, you can see that the final output is going to be the final message. Another important thing that I wanted to share is the structure of the output that comes from this node. So you can see here that there are a number of things. We have the sender and the sender ID, the recipient and the recipient ID. So basically, the sender ID is coming from the one who is sending us the message. In this case, we are the recipient of the message. But when we are the one who is sending the message, then we become the sender, and the one who is receiving the message becomes the recipient. So that will be important when you come to this node, because inside this node, what we are doing is we have this URL. This is inside the docs, the Facebook docs for Messenger. So this is how you post a message to Facebook Messenger. So what you're doing is you are posting. So right here we have the page ID. In this case, it is coming as the recipient ID because we are the one who is receiving the message. So the ID that comes here is our page ID. So we are going to add it right here. And another thing that we need to add is the token. So this token, you are going to find it here. So when you click generate token, this, when you click I understand, you can copy this token and come here, right here, and provide the token here. So this is the access token. Another important thing that you need to know when setting up this thing is when you come to this one, let's go to the way the body is structured. So we have the recipient. Now in this case, because the one who is on the receiving end is the client, so the recipient ID is coming from the sender ID right here, because you remember the client is the one who sent the first message, so we are using it as the recipient ID this time. And we need to provide the message type as well as the message itself. So right here, this code is just there to structure the way the message behaves so that it doesn't break in production. So this is how this thing is structured, and these are all the important parts of this workflow. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to respond to those. Until next time, have a good day.